Hello all, welcome back to Fallout 4. I'm going to be showcasing two settlement mods. These are both made by Ragoda, and I'm pretty much just going to show you where to find these settlements, how to get to the workbenches, and where the nearby locations are. I'm also going to give you my personal thoughts and opinions about these mods and share with you any errors that I may come across. So the first one that we're going to be looking at is the Rock Pond settlement, and this is in a pretty sensitive location, and I'm going to show you why. So let's go ahead, jump in game with this mod installed. Alright, so here we are. We're actually standing right next to Hangman's Alley. Here's Hangman's Alley. Right here. And the Rock Pond settlement is actually right here. So I'm just going to show you where it's at really quickly. And it is actually right next to that crashed UFO that appears once you hit a certain level. It'll be next to that. So I also have the mod 3D NPCs installed, and it doesn't seem to be conflicting with that voiced female vendor that's in here. Yeah, Naya doesn't seem to be conflicting with her. So as you can see, there's the crashed UFO site right there, and the workbench is right here. Now, this workshop isn't going to have the barriers. Ragoda just doesn't add them. But I did try to go and see how far out you can build. So, as you can see, where that tall concrete pillar is, that's how far you can build out that way. And the other concrete building is how far you can build out that way. So that's pretty much that corner. And as far as how far you can build out over this way, we're about to find out right now. So yeah, about at the top of this hill where you actually go down into the alien cave. And then over here, I think you got a great space over here to move to. Alright, about as far as you can go without entering Oberlin Station. As you can see, Oberlin Station is right there. So this is kind of a sensitive spot. I mean, you can go nuts. You could build whatever you want right here. You could actually kind of go crazy. I'm not exactly sure if you can scrap all of these trees. Some of these trees don't seem scrappable, but you can build something pretty big here. But I wouldn't do that simply because Oberlin Station and Hangman's Alley is just right next to here. This is like in the middle of both of them. Alright, so this is just a place where I'd build a small outpost. So let me just show you on the map again. Here's Rock Pond Settlement. Here's Vault 81. Hangman's Alley. And the, I don't know if that's a mod, but CIT Station. And the Cambridge Polymer Labs. So yeah, just right across the water from Cambridge Polymer Labs. Like I said, it's the alien crash site. So pretty much once you find that, you'll be able to find the workbench. The next one up is the Weston Pond settlement, and this one is actually in a pretty decent location. It's next to the Mass Turnpike Tunnel, and it has a wide build range as well as a high settlement build height. And I'm pretty much just going to show you where it's at because, like I said, in these pictures, sometimes you just can't really see, where the nearby locations are and how to exactly get to the settlement, and even if you are nearby it, where the workbench is. So I'm pretty much going to show you that. Alright, here we are. We're standing at the Mass Turnpike West, and here's Hardware Town right here. The Reservoir, Vault 81. Alright, so when you're right here, there's Hardware Town. And you want to run up here until you see this bridge with the railroad tracks. Once you're up here, you should be able to see it down there. You see the workbench? It's right there. So it's not too hard to find. There you go. There's the location. There's the workbench. And right down there is that area where Mo wants you to get those baseball items. So it's not in a, it's next to some quest areas. So you shouldn't have too much trouble finding it. The build space, let's check it out. Alright, so you could come underneath this overpass. Still going. Alright, this is pretty big. Alright, there it was telling me I was at the end. But yeah, you can build up on this overpass. Now, there are some raiders that spawn up here. I killed them already. I'm not exactly sure if they're going to respawn, but that's not too big of a problem. You could just have the settlers, fight them whenever they spawn back in. But it is kind of nice that you could scrap all of these cars. Look at that. Up outside the build area. So the build area is pretty nice. This is pretty wide. Let's see how high we can build here. Let me get my stairs. Alright. Still going. Still up. That's it. That's pretty high. This is a nice spot. I can't really complain about this spot. This might be one that I actually will probably keep. Let me hit the scrap all command just to check. Let me get closer to the workbench when I do it. Just so I could get a lot of the trees and stuff out the way. So yeah, look at all of this build space that you have over here. This is really nice. So you could build something really nice. Something like a gate. I keep saying really nice. I'm sorry. But yeah, you can build, a fence, a barricade. But yeah, it's a good build spot. When I say really nice, I mean that it's next to nothing else. Like, it's not next to another settlement, so you can kind of go crazy and not have your game choking up because it has to load one settlement right after another. So, and it's also in one of those areas where you might find yourself low on ammo, low on resources, and then, you can pick some things up here before making your way to Hardware Town. So I pretty much just wanted to show this area off because I know, like, on the mods page, it shows, like, the icon on the map, but it doesn't really show the nearby areas. So, that's why I like to make these videos, as well as just showing, like, the build height and the build range. So this one is going to be a keeper for me. If you're going to use this mod, make sure that you put it up high in your load order. That way, if you have like a forest mod like I do, you'll actually be able to scrap the trees. If this is lower than the forest mod, you won't be able to scrap the majority of the trees. So look at all of this big open build space. Like I said, and the ground is super flat. It's like your own little mini Abernathy farm right outside of Diamond City.